Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. My co-host, Mr. Brody, is here. Today we're going to be featuring a game from Digital Diamond Baseball 2017 season. As played, well, not as played, but as we go season. This is going to be a game between the Kansas City Royals and the Cleveland Indians. I figured that was one of the better matchups and two teams I haven't done in a little while, especially Cleveland. But Kansas City comes into the simulation so far with a 15-15 record, and Cleveland has a 14-17 record. Let's go to the game here. Got my co-host Mr. Brody here, getting ready for the game, preparing himself there. Alright, so here we go. It's a day game, and it's a game from May 7th of 2017. So it's going to be Trevor Bauer on the mound for Cleveland against Danny Duffy for the Kansas City Royals. And those are your lineups right there. I'll be playing the home team Kansas City Royals. TV, that's right. Had it set real high for when I was tutoring. Want to blow your eardrums out, right, Mr. Brody? Play ball. Alright, so it's been a little while since we played a Digital Diamond Baseball game. We've been playing a lot of Stratomatic and as well as some inside pitch. So today we're going to be, as well as learning some Dice Nuts sports games. We've done the Ice Nuts hockey and the Hoop Nuts basketball. And hopefully this weekend with this kickoff of the NFL season. Unfortunately, the Patriots did not fare well last night. But at the kickoff of the season, we're going to hope to do a Dice Nuts Pro Football this weekend, so check that out on our channel. Mr. Brody and I are getting ready for that. We're probably just going to do a basic version of the game. We're not going to do the extended rules or anything. We're just going to try to learn the basic rules for this week, just so we can get a game off and record a video on it, probably most likely on Sunday afternoon. In conjunction with the NFL regular season, we'll be doing a Dice Nuts Pro Football game on our channel. We may also do a 2nd and 10 football game over the weekend too, just to get that going. Also, possibly an action PC. We'll see. But it's probably going to be a football weekend. We're probably going to focus more on football this weekend. We may do a baseball game here and there just to keep those series going. And our usual Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon may be a busy day because we usually do our Dead Ball 1905 season, so we'll probably be doing that too. But I'll probably end up doing a short little video on what we're going to be doing for the month of September and on in the immediate future. Just to let you guys know what we're going to be doing on the channel and everything. Now at the start of the new school year and everything. It's kind of a busy time for me, being a teacher / tutor. So it's getting busier, which is a good thing. So alright, so Danny Duffy takes the hill. Let's check out his stats. So his real life stats, these are through 6 weeks. So remember again, going the real time or as 2017 season, not real time, but as it's being played. We download the data for every 2 weeks. So right now we're in the data for the first 6 weeks of the season. So that's what your real life stats are right there. And simulated stats are obviously what we simulate. So anyway, so Danny Duffy comes in through the first 6 weeks with a 2-3 record and a 3.35 ERA. And And so far, he's 1-5 in the simulation with a 4.31 ERA. You see 39 innings pitched and 51 innings pitched. So he's not fared as well as he has during the regular season. Let's see what he can do here today. Mr. Brody right there. We'll get him set up here. And let's see here. And for the Cleveland Indians, the lineup is as follows. It'll be Michael Brantley, the left fielder, will lead it off. Yan Gomes, the catcher, will bat second. Eric Gonzalez is the shortstop, batting third. Batting cleanup will be the DH, Francisco Lindor. Lonnie Chisenhall, the center fielder, will bat fifth. Jose Ramirez, the third baseman, bats sixth. The newly acquired Edward Encarnacion for the season is batting way down at seventh for some reason. I think he was off to a slow start. We'll check out his stats as we get there. I know he's doing well in the regular season now, so he's had a slow start, but has recovered from that. Batting eighth will be Brandon Guy, the right fielder, and the second baseman, Justin Kipnis, will round out the order, batting ninth. So that's your Cleveland Indians lineup. So Michael Brantley, let's check out his stats. So for the first 6 weeks of the season, in 29 games, he's hit .288 with 5 homers and 17 runs batted in. So far in the replay, he's hitting just .230, but with 4 homers and 16 runs batted in. So he'll need a .681 and above to get on against Duffy. Here's the windup and the pitch by Duffy. And Duffy will strike him out for out number 1. So lefty on lefty matchup works for Duffy. Next up, Yan Gomes. And this so far in our replay, he's hitting just .226 with 10 runs batted in 26 games. Actually, in the simulation, in the real season, through 6 weeks, he's played 26 games with a .240 ERA. .240 average with a 2 homers and 5 runs batted in. So he hasn't had as much power in the regular season, but he's had twice the number of RBIs, and his average is fairly close, .226 to .240. So here's the windup and the pitch by Duffy to Gomes. .640 and above will get him on. And he's going to hit a ground ball to Moustakas. And Moustakas will drop the ball. So it's going to be an error on Moustakas. And again, I did not check the photos for any call-ups in the last 2 weeks for these teams. So he's liable to be a blank picture or two. So Eric Gonzalez. Let's check out his stats. So yeah, he's only played in 1 game in actual life. This must be it right here. He was 1 for 1. So he's hitting 1,000. So obviously not hitting as well in the simulation. He's had 8 at bats and is 2 for 8. All right, so a runner on first with 1 out for Gonzalez. .654 and above will get him on. See if we can get the lead. And Gomes is now able to get the lead on Duffy. And he'll smack a single to right. So he continues a perfect season to, well, not actually in the replay. In the actual season, he was 1 for 1. But now he is 3 for 9, so hitting .333 now. Let's see if I can cut down on some of these. Let's see the fielder font size. Let's cut those down a little bit. I have them set for the other monitor. I don't want to go too small, so I think that'll be all right. Go a little small. Let's see. Again, we want to be able to read them. Fielder font size. Let's go large. Let's go medium. Let's try medium. See how that is. Alright, I guess that should be good enough for people to read. Does not overlap. So, alright, so Francisco Lindor up now with 2 down. The switch hitting DH today. So, through 32 games, hit 297 with 8 homers and 25 runs batted in. 36 game hitting 282 with 8 homers and 20 runs batted in. So hitting just as well in both the simulation and the actual season. Against left-handed pitching, he's hitting just 222 and 45 at bats with 2 homers. So alright, so runners on first and second, 1 down. So Lindor will need a 657 and above to get on. And see if we can get the lead. And again, he's not able to get the lead off of Duffy. And that is going to be a hard line drive to first. Hosmer will pick that one out of thin air for out number 2. So next up, Lonnie Chisenhall with 2 down. Hitting just 160 in the simulation with 4 homers and 8 runs batted in. 176 against left-handed pitching. And hit much better in the regular season, 275 with 3 homers and 16 runs batted in. See if the Indians can get on the board here. So he'll need a 696 and above to keep the inning going. And he will. He'll lash a double to center field. So Gordon can't make the diving play. It's going to be a double, so both runs will score, and the Indians have an early 2-0 lead. So Jose Ramirez up now, third baseman today. Through the first 6 weeks of the season, hit 280 with 6 homers and 24 runs batted in. Hitting 257 with 8 homers and 25 runs batted in the simulation, so showing more power so far than he did in the actual season. So here's the windup and the pitch. Chisenhall gets his lead off second. He'll need a 648 and above to get on. And it's going to be a dribble to Merrifield. Charges it and throws to Hosmer for the out. 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 man left on base. So after 1/2 inning, it's Cleveland 2 and Kansas City coming up. So Trevor Bauer takes the hill with a 2-0 lead. So far in the simulation, Bauer is 2-3 in 7 games with a 6.14 ERA. And just as bad in the real life with 3-4 record with a 6.92 ERA. So for the Kansas City Royals, the lineup is as follows. Jorge Bonifacio, the left fielder, bats first. Whit Merrifield is the second baseman, batting second. The backstop, Salvador Perez, will bat third. DHing today will be Lorenzo Cain, batting cleanup. Batting fifth will be Mike Moustakas, who's having a great year in the actual season. Batting sixth will be Eric Hosmer, the first baseman. Brandon Moss will be the right fielder, batting seventh. Alcides Escobar, the shortstop, bats 8th, and rounding out the order, Alex Gordon, the center fielder today, will bat 9th. So Alex Gordon is usually the third. No, he's not usually the third baseman, is he? No, he's usually the left fielder, I think. But he's playing center field today. All right, so Bonifacio comes up to the plate against Bauer. Bonificio's hitting .333 with a homer and 3 runs batted in 12 games. Simulation in 20 games, he's hit .237 with 2 homers and 6 runs batted in. He lead it off for the Kansas City Royals. And it's going to be a single. So leadoff single to right. Bonifacio is on. He only has 1 stolen base, none in the actual season, so he's going to hold put there. So Whit Merrifield up now. Hitting just 194 in the simulation with 2 homers and 7 runs batted in. Hit just 228 with 3 homers and 6 runs batted in, so struggling in both. Though I'm pretty sure he picked it up because I picked him up on my fantasy team. He's doing much better as of last month when I picked him up. So anyway, so Merrifield up now. He'll need a 677 and above to get on. And he'll strike 3 called. So 1 down now. for the catcher Salvador Perez. 283 hitter with 7 homers and 21 runs batted in the actual season through the first 6 weeks. Tearing it up in the simulation with an average of 340 with 8 homers and 18 runs batted. So ahead of his pace in all 3 departments there. So he'll need a 652 and above to get on. And it's going to be a hard ground ball to short. Gonzalez tosses it to Kipnis for 1. Back to Encarnacion, double play. So 6-4-3 double play, and that'll do it for the Royals in the first. So after 1 full, it's Cleveland 2 and Kansas City nothing. Encarnacion will lead it off for the Indians. Yeah, hitting just 198 in the simulation with 4 homers and 9 runs batted in. And hit 206 with 5 homers and 11. So very similar, struggling average-wise. Power numbers are okay, but struggling average-wise. So Duffy looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch in Encarnacion. He needs a 623 and above to get on. And he'll lace a single to left. Pulled that one through the hole. So leadoff base runner for the Indians. Already up 2-0. So Brandon Guyer through the first 6 weeks hit just 182 with a homer and 5 runs batted in 21 games. Hitting much better, over 100 points higher, 295 with a homer and 8 runs batted in through 19 games in the simulation. So he needs a 698 and above to get on against Duffy. See if we can get the lead. And Encarnacion's leaning. And he's off. And he is thrown out by Perez. So Perez guns him down. And that'll be out number 1. So base is now empty for Guyer. 703 and above will get him on. And he'll walk. Ball 4. Brings up Kipnis. Just Jason Kipnis is hitting 273 with 8 runs batted in. Only 231 against lefties, though. Hitting just 197 in the actual season with 2 homers and 10 runs batted in. So he's hit much better in the simulation so far. 760 and above to get on against Duffy. And let's see if Guyer's able to get the lead. And he's off. And this time he's safe. So this time the Cleveland gambles and it pays off. So runner in scoring position now for Kipnis with the 1 down. 770 and above to get on. And it's going to be a fly ball to left. Bonifacio is there and makes the catch for out number 2. Going to bring up Michael Brantley. A lot of lefties in the lineup against the lefty Duffy. So he's hitting just 228 with 4 homers and 16 runs batted in. Pretty even from both sides, hitting poorly against both sides. Just 229 against lefties. So 228 with 4 homers and 16. And 288 with 5 homers and 17. So average-wise not doing as well in the simulation as he did in the regular season through the first 6 weeks. See if he can knock in another run. 681 and above will get him on, and 747 and above will most likely bring the run home. And that won't do it. It's a ground ball to first. Hosmer will flip to Duffy covering, and that'll do it. So no runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on base. So the score remains 2-0 after 1.5. DH Lorenzo Cain up now. In the actual season, hit 305 with a homer and 9 runs batted in through 35 games. Struggling in the replay, just 191 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. 215 against the lefties. Against righties. Here's the windup in the pitch by Bauer. And he'll lace one down in the third. Ramirez will drop the ball, and it'll be an error on Ramirez. So each team's third baseman commits an error. So leadoff runner is on for the Royals. Cain is definitely a threat to steal. think? Yeah, 6 stolen bases in simulation, 10 in the actual season without getting caught, so he's going to be running against Gomes. So we're going to try a steal. See if we can get the lead. And it looks like he's going to get the lead. Here he goes. And he is off, and he is out. So Gomes guns him down, trying to steal. So Kane gambles, and he gambles incorrectly on that one as Gomes gets a good pitch to throw on. So Moustakas up now. Real life hit 250, but with 9 homers and 18 runs batted in, so good power in the actual season through 34 games. So far in 27 games, hitting just 202 with 3 homers and 7 runs batted in. So struggled a bit in the replay. Hitting just 179 against righties too. Here's the windup in the pitch by 682 and above to get on against Bauer. And he's going to lace a double to left. So it gets past Brantley, and Moustakas will be in there with a double. That'll bring up Hosmer. Eric Hosmer is in the replay hitting just .174 with a homer and 7 runs batted in, so it's been a struggle for him so far in the replay. Hit .298 with 3 homers and 15 runs batted in the actual season. See if he can come out of his slump here and drive Moustakas in. 610 and above will get him on, and he'll draw a walk. So 1 out and runners on first and second now from Moss. Brandon Moss, the right fielder today, hit just 174 with 6 homers and 9 runs batted in through 27 games. In 26 games, hitting just 191 with 4 homers and 14, so struggling in both the real life and the actual season. A little bit of power though. He's got an RBI opportunity here with Moustakas at second. 708 and above will get him on against Bauer. And he'll draw a walk, so back-to-back walks will load the bases for Alcides Escobar. See what Escobar has done. In the actual season, hit 193 with 6 RBIs in 37 games. The 31 games, hit 233 with 3 homers and 15 runs. So hitting a little bit better in the simulation. See what he can do here with the bases loaded and 1 out. 749 above will get a run home, and he is going to lace a double to left. Escobar is hustling around first. He'll slide into second with a double, and we're going to take the extra base here for Moustakas. I mean, for Hosmer. And Gomes Canai will hold on to the ball. And Hosmer will come in too. Ooh, and actually it looks like all 3 runners will come in, as Escobar will advance to third on the throw. So a bases clearing double from Escobar advancing on the throw. And the Kansas City takes the lead now 3-2. So that'll bring up center fielder today, Alex Gordon. So far in the simulation, Alex Gordon is struggling, hitting just 152 with 5 runs batted in. Hit exactly 152 in 35 games with 7 runs batted. So struggled in both the regular season and the replay. Escobar in third with a 1 out. See if he can drive him home. He'll need a 707 and above. And it'll be a wild pitch, and Escobar will come around to score the 4th run for the Royals. What's up, Mr. Brody? You being a good boy? Yeah? Who's going to win this game? You have any idea? Not sure? Mr. Brody has no preference on who wins this game. You gonna go for the Indians? Or for the Royals? No, maybe the Royals. I think he wants the Royals. He's pulling for the Royals. What a good boy. That's who Daddy's playing. Yeah. Alright. So, strikeout for out number 2. That'll bring up Jorge Bonifacio. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Don't need to keep doing that. So that's going to be a hardline drive to second, and Kipnis didn't even have to move to catch that one. So the Royals plate 4 runs, 2 hits, and nobody left on base. And after 4 full, it's Kansas City 4 and Cleveland 2. So Duffy now with a lead comes back to the mound. He'll face Gomes up here first. Gomes is 0 for 1 with a run scored. Be Gomes, Gonzalez, and Lindor. And he'll draw a leadoff walk. Pitch up and in. So leadoff runner is on. Brings up Eric Gonzalez. And he'll lace a double to center. As Gomes comes all the way to a stop at third, not wanting to risk extra bases with nobody out. So the tying run is aboard. In scoring position, Francisco Lindor up now, 0 for 1. And it's going to be a soft ground ball to short. Escobar charges it, throws Hosmer for the out. Gomes will come in from third, and Gonzalez will advance to third. So it's now a 4-3 game in favor of Kansas City. Brings up Chisenhall with 1 out now, and Gonzalez at third. He's 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs. And he'll lace a single, and this game is tied up. So Cleveland comes right back and scores 2 runs, and it's a 4-4 game. Chisenhall with the RBI single. Jose Ramirez 0 for 1. And he'll strike out on the slow breaking ball. And he's down on strikes, which is what striking out means. Alright, Encarnacion up now, 1 for 1. Chisenhall takes his lead off first. And he'll lace a single to left. And Chisenhall will hold at second, so station to station. So runners on first and second with 2 down. For Brandon Guyer, walked his first time up. Duffy looks in with the sign from Perez. Here's the windup in the pitch. It's going to be a ripped up the middle. Escobar gloves it and throws to Hosmer for out number 3. But the Indians score 2, and after 2.5, game's tied at 4. Merrifield, Perez, and Kane for the Royals here in the bottom of the third. Merrifield's 0 for 1. And soft ground ball to first. Encarnacion will flip to Bauer covering for out number 1. Brings up Perez 0 for 1. And he'll strike out, swinging. Duffy now has 3 Ks on the day. Brings up Kane, who's 0 for 1. And he'll lace a single that'll fall in front of Guyer for out number. For a 2-out base runner. Brings up Moustakas, 1 for 1 with a run scored. And back-to-back 2-out singles to right field. And we're going to try it as he's in scoring position, but 85% chance. I think we still got to try it. And he'll be in there. As Ramirez cannot hold on to the ball. And Moustakas moves up on the throw. So runners on second and third now. For Eric Hosmer, who walked and scored. And it's going to be ground ball to second. Kipnis will pick it up and throw in Encarnacion, and that'll do it. So Kansas City is unable to capitalize. 2 runners in scoring position, and their score remains tied at 4. Through 3 full. So it'll be Kipnis, Bradley, and Gomes against Duffy here in the 4th. Kipnis is 0 for 1 on the day. And shallow fly ball to left, and it'll fall in there in front of Bonifacio. So leadoff runner is on for the Indians here in the 4th. Brings up Michael Brantley, 0 for 2 on the day. And he cannot get a good lead off of Duffy. Kipnis will stay put. And it's going to be a fly ball to left, and Bonifacio will run it down for out number 1. Gomes up now, 0 for 1 with a walk and 2 runs scored. See if they can get the lead. So Kipnis is still unable to get the lead off Duffy. And soccer ball to short, and nobody will be able to get that one. So an infield hit for Gomes. So runners on first and second with 1 down. For Gonzalez, he's 2 for 2 with a couple runs scored. So making the most of his opportunity to start. Definitely need to get him a picture if he's going to get 2 hits in a day. And Kipnis unable to get the lead. And he'll draw a walk. So he's been on base all 3 times today. So that'll load the bases with 1 out for Lindor. I think we're going to bring the infield in. The Royals bring the infield in against Lindor. He's 0 for 2 with an RBI. And he's going to lace a single to left, just out of Bonificio's reach. 1 run comes in. And Bonifacio throws to Perez, who tags him out. So only 1 run comes in, as Bonifacio gets an assist there on the throw to Perez. Gonzalez will advance to third on the throw, so runners at the corners. Indians now up 5 to 4. Could have been 6 to 4 if not for the great throw by Bonifacio there. Chisenhall up now, 2 for 2 with 3 runs batted in. Bases clearing double. And that'll do it as he grounds out to Hosmer. Flips it over to Duffy. But the Indians pick up 1 and lead at 5 to 4 after 3.5. Brings up Brandon Moss for the Royals. He walked and scored his first time up. And he'll strike out swinging. 4 Ks now for Bauer. Brings up Escobar. 1 for 1 with a 3. I think he was the one actually hit the 3-run double. Maybe it wasn't the other guy. Came around the score on a single. It's going to be a ground ball back to Bauer. Throws it to Encarnacion for out number 2. Going to bring up Alex Gordon 0 for 1. And he'll strike out. And that'll do it for the Royals in the 4th. So we head to the 5th with Cleveland up by 1. Be Ramirez, Encarnacion, and Dyer up against Duffy. Duffy's getting close to his limit there for batters. So action going in the Kansas City pen. So Escobar will field it, throw to Hosmer for out number 1. Encarnacion up now, having a good day. He's 2 for 2. And he'll draw a 1-out walk. Bring up Geyer, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. He's going to be bunting here. Oh, it's not going to be successful. It's a poor bunt. Duffy will field it, throw to Merrifield at second for the out, so they get the leadoff runner. The bunt was bunted too hard right back to the pitcher. Geyer reached first on the fielder's choice. So it brings up Kipnis, 1 for 2 with a run scored. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Gordon will squeeze it for out number 2. Oh, for out number 3. So that'll do it for the Indians. So halfway through, they lead at 5-4. Bonifacio will lead it off for the Royals. 1 for 2. And he'll strike out. Bauer's 6K of the day. Brings up Merrifield. 0 for 2. He'll hit a ground ball to Ramirez. He dives, gets back up, and throws it to Encarnacion for the out. So 2 down now for Salvador Perez. 0 for 2 on the day. And he'll draw a 2-out walk. Brings up Kane, who's 1 for 2. And he'll strike out. Big swing and a miss there, and that'll do it for the Royals in the 5th. So Michael Brantley will lead it off. Hitless on the day, 0 for 3. And he'll remain hitless as he hits a deep fly ball, and Moss will catch that one out the wall. Gave that one a long ride, but it's just a long out. And we have Gomes 1 for 2 with a couple of runs scored. And he'll walk for the 2nd time today. Brings up Gonzalez, and Duffy is tired. So that is going to be it for Duffy. Let's see who we're going to bring in here. Alright, so let's see what we got coming up here. Cleveland, we got righty, switchy, lefty. Switchy, so it really doesn't matter. Check out his stats. He's only pitched 2 innings in the Astros. I'm going to bring him up. He needs a little work here. So Matt Stram will come in. Royals. So he's got a 1-2 record in the actual season and 12 innings pitched. With a 6.57 ERA. Feeling much better in the simulation with a no record, but with 3.86 ERA and only 2 innings. Give him some work. So Gonzalez comes in up to the plate. He's been on base all 3 times. A couple of singles and a walk. So he needs a 6.24 and above to get on against Stram. As Gomes unable to get the lead. And he'll draw a walk, so comes right out of the bullpen and surrenders a walk to Gonzalez. Brings up Lindor 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. 1 down. And he'll draw a walk, so back-to-back walks coming right out of the bullpen, and that'll load the bases. Oh, boy. We're going to bring the infield in here. So the Royals are going to bring the infield in against Chisenhall. Lefty on lefty here. 6.13 and above will get him on. And big strikeout there. Swing and a miss for out number 2. So big out here. They need to get Ramirez. 0 for 3. Keep this a 1-run game. So 6.16 and above will score the run. Anything else will not. Oh my goodness. And Ramirez gets a hold of one here. Just barely over the fence. But still over the fence. As Gordon gives a great leap there, but it's just out of his reach. And Cleveland takes a commanding 9-4 lead on the Grand Slam. So Strom, definitely ineffective coming out of the pen. That's going to be it for him. Let's see what we got. Righty, righty, lefty. So he can bring on a righty here. Yeah, there's a reason why he hasn't pitched that much. Alright, so Albuquerque. I think we're going to bring in Albuquerque. 108 ERA. One game. Alright, so Albuquerque is going to come in. We don't have a picture for him either. Shame on us. Alright, so Albuquerque comes in. He'll face Encarnacion to lead it off. 2 down now. And it's going to be a shallow fly ball to right. Moss will drift to his right and make the catch. And that'll do it. The Indians score 4 in the Grand Slam and take a 9-4 lead. And we're not talking about the Denny's Breakfast Grand Slam. So the Royals find themselves down by 5 now, going into the bottom of the 6th. Mike Moustakas will lead it off. 2 for 2 with a run scored. Bauer back out there. And he'll strike out on a slow breaking ball for out number 1. 8 Ks now for Bauer. So Bauer's been on a cruise control since the 3rd inning. Hosmer up now 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. And he'll lace off single to right. So 1 out base runner. Brings up Moss. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. And he's going to get a hold of one, and Brantley can just watch this one go goodbye. So they get 2 of them back there, and the 2-run homer by Moss. So it's a 9-6 game now, closing the gap a little bit. And that'll be it for Bauer. He leaves with the lead, so he can qualify the win, cannot lose it. So Nick Goody will come in for the Indians. He's been dominant in the replay so far. In 12 2/3 innings pitch, has a 0.71 ERA and a record of 1-0. And even better in the actual season, has not allowed an earned run in 12 2/3 innings pitched. All right. Escobar 1 for 2 with 3 runs batted in. And he'll lace a single off Goody. So 1 out single. Brings up Gordon, who's 0 for 2 on the day. And he's going to hit a dribble in front of the plate. Gomes will drop the ball. So a break there for the Royals as the tying run comes to the plate now. Bonifacio is 1 for 3. He's wondering a 996 and above will get him. Will be a home run, so not much of a chance there. 99 and above would be nice though. Hard line drive to second. Kipnis will pick this one out of thin air for out number 2. So that'll bring up Merrifield. He'll lead at 993 and above to hit a 3-run homer. But we will take a 916 and above. And he will strike out. Strike 3 called. But the Indians do pick up 2 on a 2-run home run by Brandon Moss. And now trail at 9-6. So Albuquerque back out there for the Royals. Face Geyer. Lead it off. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And he strikes out Geyer for out number 1. Kipnis up now, 1 for 3 with a run scored. And back-to-back Ks. Brantley strikes out. Kipnis strikes out. For out number 2. Brantley up now. He's 0 for 4 on the day. And that's going to be a fly ball, shallow fly ball to the left. Boniface goes there and makes the catch. So the Indians go in order at the top of the 7th. So Perez will lead it off for the Royals, down by 3. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And he'll smash one to left. Deep fly ball, long one from Brantley, and he makes a shoestring catch. It's a great catch by Brantley for out number 1. Lorenzo Cain up now, 1 for 3 on the day. And he'll smash one again to Brantley. Deep fly ball. Brantley this time floats back, and he's coming back in, and he makes the catch. So 2 down now. For Moustakas, he's 2 for 3 on the day with a run scored. And it's going to be a fisted to shortstop. Gonzalez will charge it and throw it to Encarnacion for out number 3. So the Royals themselves go in order, and after 7 full, trail at 9-6. And that's going to be it for Albuquerque. Did a decent job. Alright, so we here to have Gomes. So it'll be righty switch hitter. So let's get a righty up there. Bring in. He's only pitched 8 1/3 innings out of the 16 he pitched in the actual season. So we're going to bring in Kelvin Herrera. Alright, Herrera will face Gomes to lead off. Gomes, Gonzalez, and Lindor here in the 8th inning. Gomes 1 for 2 with a couple of walks and 3 runs scored. And he'll smash one to short. Hard line drive. Escobar will jump and make the catch for out number 1. Gonzalez up now, 2 for 2 with 2 walks and 3 runs scored. So he's been on the base path all 4 times. But this time he strikes out on the slow breaking ball. Strike 3 called. Lindor up now, 1 for 3 with a couple RBIs. He'll float one to second. Nice backhanded grab by Escobar, and he throws to Hosmer for the out. So Cleveland goes in order in the 8th. See what Kansas City can do. They'll have Hosmer, Moss, and Escobar. Hosmer is 1 for 2 with a couple of runs scored. And he'll lace a single, so he gets his 2nd hit of the day, single to center. Brings up Moss. Hit a 2-run home run his last time up. And back-to-back singles to start the 8th here, so a good start for the Indians. And no. So runners on 1st and 2nd for Escobar, representing the tying run. He's 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. See if he can get his 3rd hit of the day. And he cannot. It's a slider down low, swing and a miss for out number 1. Brings up Alan Gordon, hitless on the day, 0 for 3. And he's going to lace one to center. It's going to go all the way to the wall. And 85%. Yeah, we're going to try that. Might not be the best idea, but we're going to try it. And Moss will come in to score. Hosmer's scored already. Gordon has himself a 2-run double. It's now a 9-8 game, so Royals are closing the gap here. Brings up Bonifacio with a tying run on 2nd. He's 1 for 4. And he'll draw a walk. So Logan has not been... Oh, Dan Otero is going to come in to relieve Boone Logan. Otero comes into the game struggling so far in the replay in 6 innings pitched, has an ERA of 10.5 with an 0-1 record. 4.20 ERA in the actual season. So Merrifield up now. 7:31 and above will get him on. And it's going to be hit to third. Throws to Kipnis 1. Back to Encarnacion. Double play. But the Indians, the Royals do score 2. And the Indian lead is now only 1. So Herrera's going to... No, I'm going to pull out Herrera there. So we got Chisenhall, Ramirez, and Encarnacion. We got to go batter by batter here. So we're going to see if we can bring in a lefty against. We're bring in Travis Wood. Travis Wood in real life, 11.91 ERA. Ooch. 4.50 in the simulation, so not too bad there. So we're going to bring him in at least for one batter. Stirring going on in the pen there. Alright, so this may be the only batter he faces. Let's see. So Wood comes in. Lefty on lefty. Chisenhall is 2 for 4 with 3 runs batted in. And he'll smash one to center. Long run, and Gordon will reach out and make the catch. So 1 down. And we'll face Jose Ramirez. Definitely not Encarnacion. No. He's 1 for 4 with a grand slam. And he'll hit one deep fly ball to left, and Buddy Fisher will run this one down for out number 2. That's going to be it for Wood. So I'm going to bring in a righty. Soria. 3.60 ERA, no record, 10 innings pitched, 2.04 in the actual season. So yeah, we'll bring in Soria. All right, so Soria's in there now. 2 outs and the base is empty for Encarnacion. He'll need a 684 and above to get on, and he strikes him out. On the strike 3 called. Good framing by Perez. And the Indians go into order. So we head to the bottom of the 9th with the Royals needing a run to tie and a 2 to win. Maybe Perez, Kane, and Moustakas. And Almonte is going to come in and play right field for the Indians. So Dan Otero still back out there for the Indians. Going for the save. So Perez will need a 702 and above to get on. And it's going to be a shallow pop up to third. Ramirez is backpedaling on the edge of the grass and makes the one-handed catch. So Kane up now, 1 for 4. 641 and above to get on. Representing the tying run. And he'll smash a single to center. So you got a running with speed on there now. Ooh. Stealing. Moustakas is 2 for 4. We're just going to hit away, I think. Maybe do a hit and run. Let's try a hit and run. And he's off with the wild pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strikes out. And he's safe. So Moustakas strikes out, but Kane is safe at second. So down to the last out with Derek Hosmer, who's had a good day, 2 for 3. Tying runs on second. So a single 749 above will get the run. Will tie this game. Need a 628 and above to extend the inning. So here we go. Allen looks. Oh, Cody Allen's come in. I didn't even see him come in.
Cody Allen's in to get the save. See how he's done. 1.23 ERA in the regular season with actual season through 14 2/3 innings. 0-1 record and 9 saves. Has been roughed up a little bit. 5.68 ERA, 1-0 record with just 1 save in the replay. So we'll see, anything can happen here. Here we go, Mr. Brody. Here's the windup in the pitch by Allen. And he'll draw a walk, so the inning continues. So the winning run is now in first for Brandon Moss, who's already homered today. A 2-run home run, scored 3 runs, and is 2 for 3. So Moss will need a 732 and above to extend the inning, and an 859 and above will tie the game. 946 and above will most likely win the game. So let's see what can happen here. Oh, it's going to be a wild pitch. So Kane will advance to third. So the winning run is now at second. So at 8:59 and above will win the game most likely for the Royals. Need at least a 732 above to extend it. Gomes comes out to talk with Allen. Umpire goes to break it up. Goes back behind the plate. Allen looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. And he's going to smash one to left. Deep fly ball. Long, he dives and makes the catch. So a game-saving catch by Michael Brantley. And the Cleveland holds on to win it, much to the dismay of the fans. So they had the tying run 90 feet away. And the winning run just 180 feet away. And are unable to get them in as they fall to the Kansas City Royals by a score of 9-8. Exit here. Game official. Take a look at the official box score. Full box score. This is definitely a much better box score in the than the one in the game. As it's not completed until you exit out. So Bauer will get the win. Not surprising. Duffy gets the loss. I guess so. I guess he had the lead for a while, so okay. As the Kansas City Royals never led in this game. They did tie it up at... Well, actually, they did lead for a half an inning. So let's take a look here at the box score. So a heartbreaking loss for the Royals. It just did not have quite enough. Trevor Bauer wins 3-3. Did not pitch that well. Only 5 1/3 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 6 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. ERA up to 6.64 now. Duffy pitched a little bit better, I think. Yeah, a little bit better. Falls to 1-6, 5 1/3 innings pitched also, 9 hits allowed, 6 runs, only 4 of them earned. Actually, didn't even pitch any better. Probably maybe a little bit worse. 5 walks and 2 strikeouts. Cody Allen gets his second save. Let's check out the Indians. So Francisco Lindor, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Ramirez, I think he's going to be the player of the game. He's 1 for 5, but that one hit was a big one. It was a grand slam. Encarnacion 2 for 4. For the Royals, bottom of the order did well. Brandon Moss with a home run, 2 for 4, with 2 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. Hosmer scored 3 runs, he was 2 for 3. Escobar was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, bases clearing double. And Alex Gordon was 1 for 4 with a couple RBIs. Let's sim the rest of these games. Give you the standings. Actually, we're just going to end it right here before it hits 60. So thank you for joining us. Eric from High Ground Gaming. We call us Mr. Brody. Take care and God bless.